All right, guys. Good afternoon. I'm Dom,
I am Jamie.
and looks like we reached the end of the trail, Cliff. We've reached the end of our Wes Anderson journey with probably what most would consider his best movie. I think, speaking subjectively, it would be his best movie.
I think so because everything we've been talking about
It all led to this.
Yeah,
it all
everything
led to
coalesces
this
together.
because there's like every one of his major themes from all his movies before this in this.
Yeah.
So it all kind of leads up. And this film, 2014, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Probably one of the coolest films to come out in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to wait till then. I already know Jamie's thoughts on this film, as he does mine.
Yes.
It's basically flawless. I have one small nitpick, and it's more so that I wanted more of something because it's just so good.
Wait, what's your nitpick? We'll do nitpicks first.
Right now, just do it right now.
Yeah, get out.
I just wish they fleshed out him going to jail more.
Okay.
Like they kind of just like
because they show him he's beat up.
Yeah.
Like show that and show what happened.
Yeah.
Because then suddenly he doesn't have the black eyes anymore.
Yeah. It's
so
just
how much time has passed?
Yeah. Because I'm like, when I put it, I'm like, I thought this movie was like 2 hours. I'm like, it's only an hour and 39. I'm like,
You wanted more Harvey Keitel,
dude. He reminded me of like Bad Lieutenant Harvey Keitel with the tats and the shit.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, Harvey Keitel is oddly jacked.
He is
like,
for his age.
For his age, yeah. And like he's been that jacked for a while.
I guess
like,
he's
since,
probably
like,
always been.
Dude, like he must have worked out all the time. Because like in Taxi Driver, he was jacked.
Yeah.
And then like
in The Piano, he was in good shape too.
Yeah, I just watched that. So I'm like, yo, why is Harvey Keitel always in shape? He doesn't look like a guy who'd be in shape either. Like,
no, he
if you
doesn't.
Just saw him in a suit, you'd be like, okay, this is probably some regular Italian dude.
Yeah, who's this fat
and
fuck?
then he's like, you're like, wait a minute, this dude actually has like cuts and shit. And he's got arms and shoulders. What? So yeah, I love Harvey Keitel though. You know, that's my man's. But that was really my only nitpick. So, did you have any nitpicks since we're there?
Honestly, no.
Yeah, I was like, it was a nitpick.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not a problem
because I think the whole prison thing. It's more about the prison break than it is about.
It is
time
about the
in
break
prison.
than his time.
Yeah,
but the break is we'll get there.
Yeah.
So, Grand Budapest Hotel stats.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, 92.
Really?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's only 8% away from 100, so I think it's pretty good.
And audiences wouldn't love it as much as critics. Although
I feel like they're about the same on this one.
This is the only Wes Anderson film that Felicia loves.
She don't like the other ones? She don't like Fox?
Well, she enjoyed it, but this movie, and I think it's because of the design of it. Because she loves all those old.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's very period.
Yes,
PC.
It is, and
it's her style. Period PC,
and even like the couches and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my god, look at that stuff,
dude!" Oh my god, the set designs.
Yeah,
in this
incredible
movie, dude. He went. This was his best like combination of plot and style, where like one doesn't overshadow the other, because like they blend so well. Like it's we'll get there.
Yes, yeah.
IMDb big score 8.1. That's really good.
And 10 is highest, right?
10 is the highest. Nothing has a 10, but like. I mean, I think the highest score might be like, it's probably like Shawshank or something with like, maybe like a 9.5 or something like that.
Everybody loves Shawshank.
Everybody loves Shawshank. It's great. It's one of the best ever. Letterboxd, another big score, 4.2.
Wow.
So that's a really great score. I mean, Wes is big on the Letterboxd crowd. That's more his type of people, real pretentious, snoopy, avant-garde
aficionados.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm on there all the time.
That could be.
No, I'm not. I'm no aficionado.
No, but I think when it comes to your films, you're kind of a diva, though.
I am. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good thing because you know what you like and you know why you like it.
Yeah, but I'll watch anything though. I'm not a snob. I'm not gonna watch this because it's not this or that. I'll watch the dumbest fucking blockbuster. I'll watch a stupid rom-com.
But if you don't like it, you know specifically why.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you love it, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid to admit if I like something. Like I just told you, I love that movie Hitman on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a film that the crowd I would probably ride in the film world would like per se, but I thought it was fucking great. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. So this film though, it's real special. Wes, then he got some Oscar noms for this. If he was ever gonna win,
I think
best director, this was this. I mean, there's so many people in this.
Even your girl Lea Seydoux.
Oh my god, yeah, she's in this, and I was like, when I saw her, I was like, oh, I forgot she's in this. I'm like, I forgot she's done multiple Wes movies. Yeah. She's in the French Dispatch.
Yes, yeah,
and I was
Oliver is in the French Dispatch.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I think she voted for Bush.
She definitely
in the election,
dude. If you watch Blue is the Warmest Color, my lord, you'll see every inch of it. she's I love her, but I always thought she was intriguing looking. I was like, something about her look is definitely cool, but I didn't really find her sexy until I watched David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future.
Okay.
And when I watched that, I was like, okay, I think I just freaking fell in love with this chick.
Wait, what about, did you ever see Spectre or No Time to Die?
Yeah, and she's great in there.
Yeah. She was a good balance for Daniel Craig's Bond.
Oh, absolutely. Because they're both kind of unconventionally attractive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because Daniel Craig is good looking, but he ain't Pierce Brosnan or, you know what I'm saying? Or Sean Connery back in the day.
Yeah.
And like Lea Seydoux ain't Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying? Or there's some other real hot ones. Yeah, he had Denise Richards once. She was hot back in the day. Bond had
Jane Fonda. Or are you talking about specific Bond women?
Bond women.
Bond women. Jane Seymour. Back in 73, she was in one.
Oh, yeah, there was...
Ursula Andress was in Dr. No.
Dr. No, yeah. Bond always had some hotties. So, but because she was like, I feel like I'm a weird cast for this because I'm not like that pretty. And they're like, yeah, you are. She's like, I am. And then the world was like, yeah, you are. She's like, oh, I didn't know I was that good looking.
Well, it's kind of like that weird trend now with like guys, they call them like... I forget what they call them, but it's like rat something. Like these rat kind of looking guys are now suddenly like hot like and sexy.
Pete Davidson type.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, looks like he's on heroin, but all the chicks are like, ooh, Petey. I'm like, I guess, man, whatever's clever. Yeah, like the in shape guys, like the conventionally handsome guys are like, people won't be looking at them like that no more. They like these awkward looking dudes. Like I feel like Adrian Brody, if 30-year-old Adrian Brody was around now,
he'd be the sexiest man alive.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That guy. Like,
and maybe that's my issue with him as an actor. Maybe he was just ahead of his time.
I think he is and was, but I still love him, bro. That's my dude, bro. You watched Pianist, right?
I did not.
Oh, well-deserved Oscar win, bro. Like, still the youngest dude to win Best Actor.
And he was in Predators, right?
He was. He was in Predators. He's done some weird roles.
Yeah.
And he's in a bunch of...
I know Darjeeling.
Yeah, I'm like, he's in a bunch of later West movies. He's in like at least 4 of them, so... Yeah. But let's talk about the Grand Budapest. So, starring my man Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
And...
Probably his
best role after Schindler's List.
Because he, like, embodies his character so well, and... It makes the quote so hard because everything he says is incredible.
It is. I'm like, he is, dude. I was like, there's so, and like, he had some long ones. I'm like, he got so many. I'm like, we'll give the condensed versions of some of them, but I'm like, the way he was spitting out this dialogue, I was like, bro.
Because he's a diva.
He is.
Speaking of divas.
Oh, my Lord, it's super diva.
Yeah.
Especially, and he admits it, and I love that he's so shameless about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be a diva like me or Gustav, you gotta be shameless about it. Like everyone knows I'm a diva and I don't give a fuck. It's just a part of my personality, take it or leave it. But I'm not a diva to the point where like, I'm still fun to be around. I'm not gonna cramp your style or make you have a bad time. But I still get gritty, I'll go to the gym and go hard. I'll go freaking skateboard and fall on my face, whatever, I'll still get gritty that way. Like I'll bro out. But I definitely can div up. So I think Gustav's the same way. He didn't freaking get gritty. You saw him in jail. Like he was a diva in jail, but they still loved him because they're like, he's smart and he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, because that one dude is like, hey, we think you're a pretty straight guy. And he's like, well, no one's ever accused me of that.
Crack it up, bro.
Yeah,
you're one of us now.
Yeah. Okay.
That shit's funny.
I guess they were his cellmates, though.
They were, yeah. Like, I mean, y'all look. I feel like in jail, you hang out with these people long enough. That's all you know.
Yeah.
You need human interaction. You do.
You do,
People
yeah.
can say like, "Oh, I just want to be on an island all by myself." Bro, eventually you're gonna start talking to trees and coconuts, bro. Like, you're gonna be like Tom Hanks and Castaway.
Yeah, Wilson.
Wilson, you will invent friends.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna hang out, go to parties, and you're gonna pour liquor on them, and y'all both can be drunk. Like, it's like you will start to crave some human interaction here and there. But so this movie, it starts out with who's it? Jude Law, the GOAT.
No, it starts off with Tom Wilkinson.
With Tom Wilkinson, that's right. And
Because
given the intro to it all.
Yeah, because like this girl is going to this monument to this author, and she sits down and starts to read a book he wrote called The Grand Budapest Hotel. So it's him narrating a story that was told to him when he was younger. So it's like a story within a story within a story. Yeah. And you notice that probably the most brilliant part of this whole film is how he uses different aspect ratios for the different years in which they take place.
He does. Yes, he does.
Yeah. And it's amazing because like they didn't have widescreen in the 30s.
Yep.
And it's just,
dude, that shows like Wes's detail orientation is insane. And like I did catch that the first time I watched it. I was like, why does he keep changing? I'm like, oh, because of the time period.
Yeah, the years are different.
I was like, that makes sense. I'm like, that's dope. Then you got Jude Law, because like
as a young
author, and he's staying at the Grand Budapest, and it's what's his name? Abraham. Yep, F. Murray Abraham. Yeah. Oh, Amadeus.
Yeah,
one of my favorites. He's so good in that. Such a dick, but so good. He's a dick in that movie. Fuck him. But he's playing an older Zero, which you will get all of his story.
Yeah.
As
you
it
find
goes
out
on, you're like, who's this guy?
He's really the main character.
He's the main character. The movie really is centered around Zero. It's really Zero's story, not M. Gustav's.
Yeah.
It's Zero telling his story, but M. Gustav is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So, because he was his mentor and his,
because Zero was his protege. He calls him his protege.
Yeah, and he benefited heavily from being that.
Yeah. As
you see now. So Zero now owns this place. And he only comes off season, what's it say, 3 times a year?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, Jason Schwartzman's like the bellhop guy or whatever.
He's the concierge now.
He's the concierge now. And he sucks.
Yeah. And, it's like Monsieur Jean or something. Or it might be Jean.
Yeah, but apparently he sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He's not Zero.
And he doesn't get paid well because he like puts out a cigarette, puts it in his pocket for later.
So, he's there and Jude Law's character is just kind of intrigued by Zero right off the rip. And you see a painting, we won't say what it's called, but you see a painting behind the desk early on, and and it's a little crooked, and you're like, it catches it, because when I first saw it, I was like, that's a weird painting.
Yeah,
the first time I saw it, it stands out.
And it's on the dinner menus too.
Yes. And it stands out. I was like, okay, this is weird. I was like, that's a weird painting. I'm like, it's a weird painting. Yeah. We won't say what it's called yet, because this painting is kind of the whole centerpiece of the whole fucking film.
It actually is.
It really is. Everything comes down to this damn painting.
Yeah.
Like, that's what everybody wants. So you see it, but they put it, I like how Wes kind of, puts it in your face to plant the seed, essentially.
Yes.
So these two they're intrigued by each other, the writer and Zero, and they meet in the weird
the Turkish
spa.
bath.
Yeah, it was like a spa bath thing, and it looks like it's in a freaking weird boiler room. And it's
in a mental asylum.
Yeah, bro, it does not look relaxing.
It is what it looks like.
I was like, bro, I would not go.
Dude's getting hosed off.
Yeah, I'm like, I would not go in here, bro. This looks like a place you get washed off if you have chemicals on you.
Or to be deloused.
It was creepy, but they have an interesting conversation, and basically Zero tells him, hey, if you're interested in my story, legitimately though, I will tell it to you and we'll have dinner or whatever. And so he's like, cool. And he starts telling the story.
Yeah, because actually Schwartzman's character had told the author that in spite of owning the hotel and having however many properties all over, he stays in a room that's like smaller than the elevator.
Yeah,
and stuff. So that's what really intrigued him. He's like, why would he stay in a servant's quarters in his own hotel?
Yeah.
And then that's why, he's like, well, if you want to know my story,
I'll tell it to you. Yes. That does set off the intrigue for the author. Yes. Good point. So these two, they get to chatting, and we go back and we see Zero coming to the Grand Budapest and getting his first job.
Yeah.
And
it's not his first job.
No, it's not his first job.
But he does have experience in other hotels. But he's never been a lobby boy before.
Yeah, this is his first big job.
Yes,
His costume's great. It's like this purple suit thing, and it says lobby. He has the hat. It says on the hat, right? It says lobby boy on the hat.
Yes, yeah.
And he stands in the elevators, and his job is quite simple. But his real job is to assist the concierge.
Yes,
that's what the real job is. He's supposed to be kind to the guests and remember certain things. And what did Gustav say? It's better to be a good lobby boy. Is always present but never seen, or something like that. It was like something like that.
And because you have to anticipate.
Never speaks, or something like that. Like basically, you soak it all in like a sponge. Yet you don't let anything out, and no one knows you're around.
Yes, that's how you know you're good at what you do.
Yeah. And so we get an intro to Gustav, the
most liberally perfumed man I've ever met.
Yes, Gustav is. Is he Wes's best character?
Honestly, I might have to say yes.
It might be him. Him and then Royal comes second for me.
Yeah, because the way that Ray Fiennes plays M. Gustav as this, because Adrian Brody's character is sort of right in his assessment of him.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's what like.
But it's like
he's a dick, but he's not wrong.
Yeah, and it's like. I don't know, just the way that he plays him and the way that he holds himself, because he's obviously a piece of shit, but he holds himself in such high regard.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice, like, he just eats his dinner alone in this tiny room.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of his characters have this loneliness, this malaise, if you will. Writer's fever or whatever the author said he had. I forget. His writer's block. I forget what he called it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so interesting. But yeah, it's probably his best character.
Yeah, sorry. And the thing is, I just was listening to you, and you're like, Gustav's a piece of shit. He is, but he isn't.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
He's playing the cards he was dealt.
Yes. And he's playing the role that he's supposed to play.
Yeah.
He's been ingrained in this hotel so long. This is the persona this hotel is kind of made out of him as well.
Yes.
And yes, he's sleeping with all these women. And...
Hey, when you're young, it's all filet.
It's all filet.
But when you get older, you have to go for the cheaper cuts.
Go for the cheaper cuts, bro. Because when he said that shit to him, I lost my mind. And then, of course, I thought of our little phrase, cruising nursing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. My man is definitely...
I was like, wow, Dom is M. Gustav.
Like,
that's who I recast. I recast you as M. Gustav.
Bro, I can't. Dude, the only lady that old I'm taking is James. That's fucking old, man. Like,
she was dynamite in the sack, by the way. She was 84.
Yeah, she was 84. I got that in quotes. Bro. That shit was so funny. But look, Jane Fonda and Isabelle Huppert, that's about the only senior citizens I'm saying. Like, there's a couple like mid-50s, 60s that are still on the table, bro. But not 80s. Jane's the only one, bro. But
wow.
But he's providing a service to these women.
He actually is. He's essentially a man whore.
He's a gigolo.
Gigolo.
I was like,
I guess gigolo's better than man whore.
Yeah, I'm like,
whatever. Jiggle high, jiggle low. Just jiggle wherever you can. He's a gigolo.
But I'm like, he's essentially a gigolo. He's providing a service to these women. You think these women don't know he's fucking other old bitches? Of course they do.
Yeah.
They definitely know he is. They're like, I just enjoyed our time together. It's our time together.
Yes.
I'm old. And I think it was Tilda Swinton's character even kind of admitted, like, I know I'm not this or that, but I just love being with you. You know? And she's like, these older women are just happy to have a younger guy fucking treating them good. He rubs them down. He gives them service, bro.
He does. And they're all blonde.
And they're all blonde. Yeah.
Why blonde? Because they were.
Because they were. Yeah. I was like, because they were. You know, it's like, you know, so, or is it just because they're old and their hair changes colors?
Yeah, because they're mostly wigs.
Wigs are white. So it's like, were they blonde? I'm sure one of these was a redhead back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is providing a service to these women. So they do show a little montage of like Gustav being Gustav, banging these chicks like on some, and Wes ain't holding back here, bro. Like, I ain't gonna detail it out for you, but you see some shit, and you're kind of like, oh.
Yeah, but like they end up giving him money.
They do. You know? That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why I think he's a gigolo.
He's fucking gigolo, and like they love him. Like, bro, Tilda Swinton's character loved that man. If he was like, "I want to marry you," she would have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like we can call him an asshole, but he does care about these women.
He does.
Each one of them, he has his own special relationship with them,
and also it's repeat customers for the hotel. As weird as that sounds, like he's doing it for the hotel and for them.
He's the pimp and the whore.
Yeah,
that's what I'm like, for real. He's both. He's playing both roles. He's getting the hoes into the hotel, and he's banging them too. So it's he's getting money, and they're all rich. So he knows what he's doing. He's got game, and he knows exactly who his target demographic is. So, like you said, he's playing the cards he was dealt, and. Is he an asshole? Maybe a little bit. He has his moments for sure in the film, but he's very, very redeemable. Far more redeemable than even Royal.
Yes, and you because what happens throughout the film, you could tell he's
genuine. He cares, and he apologizes right away when he does something fucked up.
Yeah, and I think because he started out with nothing, he understands Zero. And better than anybody,
and he stood up for Zero and all those moments. Oh my god, terrible! So,
especially because he's an immigrant, and a refugee, and he's brown.
That's as soon as they looked at him, this motherfucker need that papers, papers and documentation,
yeah.
So Gustav and Zero, Gustav showing Zero the ropes, and Zero's starting to get a hang of the job. They're starting to make things work, and Zero's starting to learn how to be there and not be there all at once.
Yes.
And Gustav's handling the biz, dude. He's running this. He's great at his job. He runs that hotel like a Swiss fucking watch. Those guys love him. His team loves him. They respect him. And they work for him.
When he's interviewing Zero, like everyone's coming to him, and he's still handling everything while interviewing.
That's all I was like, dude, he's I'm like, dude, this is the kind of guy you want running your fucking business.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, he's the company man. You know what I'm saying? You live there. It's like, bro, when you live at your job, you're a company man. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. So the conflict is one of his favorite clients dies. Played by one of my all-time favorites,
Conan O'Brien. Oh, yeah, Tilda Swinton. I'm sorry.
Canadians. Yeah, Canadians just been popping up so much lately in life. Isn't it weird? Real quick. The whole giant, like, second biggest country in the world of Canada only has 38 million people in it.
Really?
Isn't that nuts? It's less than California.
That is weird.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
I was, like, so fascinated by this the other day. Yeah, I thought that was strange because... Never mind. I love Canada. Oh, Canada.
It must be the weather.
It's got to be. And a lot of the location. Like, it's because it's got all those little weird islands at the top of it.
Yeah.
A lot of Inuits live there, I'm sure, like still in igloos and shit. But yeah, so.
Wow, that is weird.
That is a lot, though, or a little, though. Like, even having a lot of those big territories like they do, like, Quebec and Toronto and all that, like, you would think it'd be a lot more. But I feel like all of them come here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why stay in this cold ass country when I could just move south and be.
But a lot of shows that we watch end up like filming there, like in Vancouver and stuff.
Yeah, because
Vancouver looks like every other city.
Yeah, it looks like every other city. It's probably cheap.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Like, it's probably cheap, and it's probably easier to obtain permits and shit like that. So, anywho, so Tilda Swinton dies.
Yes.
And it's sad because she really loved him, and you can tell when you see their interactions together. And Wes made her look so old. It was crazy.
She looked older than 84.
She looked older than 84, and it's crazy.
She looked like 104.
She was probably only like maybe like 50 in that movie.
Maybe
that's what I was like, because that's 10 years old. And I think she's like 60 or 61, maybe. So she was probably 50, maybe 49, maybe when they shot it.
Yeah.
So they did that makeup. Whoever's doing the makeup there gets an A+, because you really can't tell it's her until you really get a good look at it.
Yeah.
Like, is it Tilda Swinton? And then you hear her voice, of course. But I was like, wow, they really made Tilda look old. And she dies, and Zero breaks the news.
Oh yeah, he sees the paper.
He sees in the paper
while he's with someone else.
He's with another old lady servicing her, and he basically tells him, he's like, "Oh my God, we have to go."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Pack my things." And
he's
like, "I need time to pack," and because he is a diva, bro. He's like a chick when you travel with him. There's all these things he needs and wants, and you got to bring the good wine. Because the wine on the train sucks or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Because it smells like horse piss.
Yeah, So he is really a diva. Now that you said that, I didn't even think about that really while I was watching.
And that perfume that he wears, cologne. I'm sorry, cologne.
Sorry, I haven't written down what it's called in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely a diva, but they're like, we got to go. So they go to the funeral.
But the main headline in the paper where it says that she had died was that like war breaks out. Yeah. But that's not the headline that's shocking.
No.
The shocking one is, the death of the Countess Dowager Divu something.
I can't remember.
DUT, because they have it like abbreviated.
Yeah. Like, whatever. She was rich as
Yes.
Like stupid rich, probably even more rich than he might even realize.
Yeah. I think he realized at the end.
Yeah, he was like, God damn, she had bread. Her money was long.
Yeah.
So they go to the funeral, sad, and we get introduced to the best and worst characters in the film. Dimitri and what the hell is Willem Dafoe's name? Joplin. Yeah, I was like Joplin.
I think it's Joplin.
Joplin.
Something like weird. That. Yeah. It's like he's like his enforcer.
Yeah, essentially Dimitri's like the evil son, and Joplin's his henchman.
Yeah,
and
his muscle.
Yeah. And they both play these. I know you don't like Adrian, but he plays this role very well.
He does.
And Willem Dafoe, of course, plays his role well.
I think I like him when I like a lot of actors when they're not carrying the weight of a film on their shoulders.
Yeah,
so they can come in, hit it out of the ballpark, and just leave.
He did get the opportunities, because Ray put this shit on his back.
He did.
All these actors, he handled them all so well.
And Tony Revolori, Zero, it was his first film.
Yep, dude. I was like, he kind of blew up after that too, because he got a lot of roles. Like he still works. Like so.
People know him as Flash Thompson from the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but he's done a lot more. He was even in, I think, the Willow TV show that Disney Plus did.
Wow, he was in a good movie called Dope.
With the kid Shamik Moore.
Spider-Man. Yeah. That movie's great. It's funny as hell. He's got some work, but so you get introduced to these two, and you can tell right away they're bad guys. They both wear black.
Yeah. I mean, stylistically,
they have black hair. Well, not Joplin, but like Adrian Brody has dark hair, wears a black trench coat, it's leather, all black. He looks evil, and so does fucking Joplin. He wears that leather jacket, and he's always like muscled out,
like brass,
like knuckles or whatever he carries on. He's just always ready to kick some ass. These two. Dimitri is, the chick's son. So
he expects to get
everything. Yeah, he expecting to get, he's like, life about to change for me.
Yeah. I'm
chilling, man. You know how lit it would be if you're like 28, 29, and your mom was like stupid rich and she died and left you like, oh my God. But probably be dead by 35.
If she's 84, he couldn't have been 20.
No, yeah. I mean, or unless she like adopted him or something.
Yeah, that's true. But he had like those three sisters.
He couldn't. Adrian Brody was only like 30 something in that movie. So like, he couldn't have been. She had to.
Well, they said her husband because
she got a surrogate.
Oh my God, Jeff Goldblum, Kovacs, the attorney.
The lawyer.
Yeah, he was like. you know, in the 46 years since her husband died.
Yeah.
So Dimitri is at least 46 years old.
You think he's supposed to be that?
At least the character, not necessarily the
obviously
actor.
Adrian Brody wasn't that.
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
He's like 46 now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so.
But the character was supposed to be.
Man.
Based on what they said,
they should have got someone older to play him then.
They should have.
Young.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
He looks too young.
He looks young. I'm like, Adrian looks like he's
Willem
like
Dafoe should have been the
yeah, right. I'm like, he looks like he's like 34 in that movie at most. So, but these guys, they go to the will reading, and this is when everything kind of flips on its fucking head. This is really when the movie starts at the will reading.
Yeah, because suddenly you have we'll call it a MacGuffin in honor of Alfred Hitchcock. The thing that propels the story.
Yep, this is what pushes the story along.
Yeah.
And this damn painting we were talking about earlier. Yeah. So they start reading the will off, and, she leaves this very, very prized painting called Boy with Apple
by Van Hoytel the Younger.
Yep. That's not a real artist, is it?
No.
I'm like, I don't know.
I believe they just created
a weird Frenchy sounding name.
Yeah.
And Boy with Apple, in my opinion, is hideous. But it's not ugly, but I definitely wouldn't hang it in my house.
But if you love this film, it's one of the greatest paintings of all time.
If someone was like, I got the original Boy with Apple, fuck yeah, I'd hang it up, because it's like, if you know the film, you know what it is.
Every once in a while, I just show a picture of it to Felicia, and she just loves it because she loves the movie.
Yeah, it's like, but Boy with Apple itself is like,
you're right, it's
okay.
But it's supposed to be, I think.
Yeah, I think it's supposed
to be. Because it reminded her of him.
Yeah. Because when Saoirse Ronan's character sees it, isn't she kind of just like, whatever about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, because...
Yeah.
So is Zero, too. Zero was kind of like, okay.
But I like the fact that, okay, so they find out that she leaves the painting to him, and nothing is final yet in the will. It still has to go through, like, arbitration and stuff. But because, he's just reading it, but it still has to be like, legal, because she had just died like that day.
Yeah.
And so, he finds out, and Gustav finds out he gets his painting, and he's like, oh, and then there's an interaction, which we might go over in quotes.
We'll go over in quotes. We'll save all that.
So Zero and Gustav, because Zero's like, can I see the painting? Gustav's like, I don't see why not.
Why not? Yeah.
Let's go. And it seems like if you watch it in the film, it almost seems like it's Zero's idea to take it. The way when they're looking at each other, because he even gets the stool from
he knows exactly what's happening.
And I love the painting he puts in its place.
The little like naked chicks,
the lesbian.
Yeah, it was like the lesbian chicks like doing lesbian things.
Yes, yeah. It's like,
and it does it. It's a horizontal painting.
Yeah,
where the apple is vertical, so you see the fucking dust.
Yes,
they're like,
oh my god, it's incredible. But I'm like, oh my god, it's Zero's idea.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they become co-conspirators in this art heist. It goes from a kid learning the ropes at his job at a hotel to a heist movie.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of shift from the hotel to them being on the run.
Yeah, the hotel takes a back burner.
Takes a back burner for a good hour.
Yeah.
At this point, like a good hour.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah. So these dudes, they take the painting, they go on the run. It takes them a little bit though for them to figure out it's gone.
It does, and that's what's crazy. When I watch it this time, I
was like, it took them a while to figure out it was gone.
I want to say it's at least a half hour to 45 minutes movie time.
Yeah.
And that's a long time.
That's a long time. It had to be like some days.
Yeah.
I was like, it had to be some days.
Because they're only going after him at first because they say that he murdered her. They're not going after him because of the painting. He thinks it's because of the painting. And then when he realizes it, it's one of the best comedy scenes since like the 20s. And you think I did it? And he just like runs away. And like, wait, what? We didn't expect him to run.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Yes, but you're right. It took him a long time, and then when he did, he got really pissed off.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Because that painting's priceless.
It's priceless. I'm like, that's a lot. Like, if she didn't leave you nothing at all but that painting, like you still came up big.
Yeah, because even
I'd sell that motherfucking heartbeat.
Because Gustav and Zero, that's what Gustav decided. We have to liquidate it by the end of the week. and whatever we don't spend on like whores
Horse
and booze,
whatever.
yeah. At the end of my life, because I'll definitely die first.
Yep.
You can have the rest.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the deal they made. But
a blood pact.
Yeah, blood pact.
That's what he says.
Yep. Things go wrong.
Yes.
Gustav gets caught up in some stuff.
Yeah, I guess it is that scene because they get back to the hotel. They stash the painting in that like double vault, and then the cops are there.
Yep. Gustav goes to jail.
Yes,
for a while.
Yeah, longer than you realize.
Yeah, I'm like he's had to plan a heist and all that.
Yeah,
Gustav had to be in jail for it feels like months,
and also to write a 46 stanza poem.
Yeah, bro. Like, he was in jail for a minute.
Yeah, you don't just write a 46 stanza poem.
You gotta have some time for that.
Yeah, because Zero is probably the only one who goes to visit him.
Yep.
He takes him Mendel's, the bakery stuff.
Yeah, because he's bougie.
Yeah, so
he's a diva. He's got to have his stuff.
And that's when Zero starts to date Agnes.
Agnes. Was it Agatha?
It's Agnes.
You sure?
I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure it's Agnes.
I think I wrote her name down.
Yeah, because I watched it this morning.
Oh, okay. Agnes, yes.
That's where
played by my girl.
Yes.
One of my favorites in the game right now. Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, was that like one of her first films?
Gotta be one of her. Yeah, that's one of her first movies for sure.
Yeah, you're an art thief. With her really like Irish accent.
Irish as fuck,
yeah. And working in like Germany or wherever they were.
Whatever, and she had that little fake birthmark that actually looks real.
Yeah.
If you saw that movie and never saw anything else, you probably think that was real.
Yeah. Because I assume it takes place in Germany, even though it's like a made-up country, because like Kunstmuseum is art. Kunst is art in German.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like an art museum.
That's got to be it.
Yeah.
So Zero and her, they start getting real tight, and it's sweet. It's very romantic and cute, and they have an interesting relationship.
I guess. Hold on, I'm sorry. I guess that started before. Because they kind of showed flashbacks. Yeah, because
the flirtation.
Yes, because Gustav is interviewing her. Yep. And he's like, I approve of this union. It's like, what?
Yeah, is he flirting with you? Yes. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
bro, her name's fucking Agatha.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought he calls her Agnes.
Bro, it's right here, bro.
But I thought in the film, I think he's called her.
Maybe he calls her that, but I'm like, I swore her name was Agatha. I was
I guess you're right.
I wrote that down. No, you're good. I was just like.
But I watched it earlier. I thought he called her Agnes.
He might have. That might have been his name for her.
That could have been.
I'm sure you call Felicia shit that's not Felicia. We won't talk about what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta think about that. I guess I do, maybe.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
But so they've been getting close for a while, but they slowly built their relationship up. And I think Gustav being gone kind of brought them closer together because he had more time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he would sneak to her place. And
that scene where they go to the like amusement park or whatever. And on the Ferris
and he's just standing at the horse.
But they got that dope shot with the lights around Saoirse Ronan's face. That shit was dope, bro.
Yeah. Because after he gives her the book of
the book and tells her what it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, I basically ruined the surprise.
Yeah.
But she's like, that's okay.
I'll open it anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was sweet. And they have and that's a very Wesley type romance, young romance.
Yes.
It's like Moonrise Kingdom.
I was going to say, it's
like that.
Because they're not much older than those kids.
They're probably maybe 3 or 4 years older.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, 12, 13, Moonrise Kingdom. And they're probably like 17, 18 at most.
Yeah.
In Grand Budapest. So. Yeah, they're young kids and sweet young love, and you can tell their love is just genuine because they enjoy each other's company. And while they're getting close, Gustav starts getting close with the homies in jail.
Oh, he does, yes. Yes.
And Harvey Keitel's kind of like the leader of the gang.
Yeah.
And he's got a shaved head and some tattoos, and he looks funny. And these guys, they take a liking to Gustav, even though he's very, very different from them.
Yeah, he brings them Mendel's.
And they're like, hey, this dude's dope,
And those boxes are incredible.
Hell yeah.
The way they just kind of like, I don't know how you design that, but that's amazing.
Wesley shit, bro.
Yeah.
So they eventually plan a prison escape.
They do, because all they have is like a throat cutter.
Yeah, they like,
yeah. Because when he brings in the Mendels, he's like, "Where's the throat cutter?" and then Harvey Keitel shows him the map he drew. He's like, "Oh, he's like some really artistic prowess." Yeah.
Show promise here.
And he's like, "Yeah, but we don't have the tools. We're not going to get." And he's like, "Well, with a throat cutter, it'll take months or years to cut through all this stuff."
Throat cutter.
and then that's when they get the idea to smuggle the tools they need through the Mendel's pastries.
Which was smart, because no one has that kind of time.
Yeah.
I could die before then.
Yeah.
But, so they break out, and he lets Zero know, like, hey, where to come meet me, what to bring.
Oh, yes.
That leads to a very important scene an interaction between Zero and Gustav.
Yes.
And
who are our disguises? These are our
disguises, yeah. So they have a crazy scene where he meets him. They get out successfully.
Yeah, they do.
Which is crazy.
Surprise, but they lose. I think it was Pinky. I think Pinky won.
They lost.
Yeah, I'd call that a draw.
I'll call that a draw.
Some of the shit they say is so funny.
That's what I'm like, this is some of Wes's back. He has sole writing credit on this.
Yeah,
right?
The story was him and someone else, but he wrote it.
I think he got sole writing credit.
Yeah,
so he was on his shit in this one.
Yeah.
But they fight, and Gustav says some really ignorant things, which we'll get to in quotes a little bit, but he essentially calls him out on where he's come from. He insults his country and the people in it, and he does eventually find out that Zero is a refugee.
Yes. And he's like, oh, that changes everything.
Yeah. And he's like, I feel like a huge dick, and on behalf of myself and the Grand Budapest Hotel, I sincerely apologize. Which we know Gustav isn't an asshole like that, because there's a scene earlier where they're on a train and Gustav defends Zero against these racist people.
Yeah.
And he's like, basically, what the fuck does it matter?
Get your hands off my lobby boy.
My lobby boy. Yep, that's my dude. So we know Gustav is just taking his frustrations out on Zero because of the situation.
Yeah.
And, he ain't got his cologne.
Yeah. And Zero's the only one there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can only take it out on the only person who's there. Because what does he say? He's telling Zero, it's in quotes. I'll probably end up reading then. But it's like, fear. It's something about fear and how people act, because they fear that they're not going to get what they want.
Yeah.
And at that point, Gustav is showing he didn't get what he wanted.
Yep. So acted out.
Yeah. So he was doing what the customers at the Grand Budapest.
Yeah. That is what he explained, which was a great writing on Wesley's end.
Yeah.
So these two, long story short, they end up shaking a lot of hands, getting that society or whatever.
Yeah, the Cross Keys.
They end up helping these dudes get all the way back to the hotel.
And it's all concierges from different
hotels. And I love the scene where they show them all calling each other and shit. And Bill Murray's in it, of course. Yeah. And he's like, I guess he's like kind of the leader of them.
It seems like.
Yeah, because he was the one who picked him up and gave him the shit. And of course he had the shittier versions of it. He's like, they only had the 6 ounce.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he's like,
and that's when Zero starts using it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it smells great, but so these concierges, obviously Gustav respected in the game, because they made sure that
they went all out.
Yeah, because they know whether they knew he was innocent or not, they're
part of a secret society or whatever. Yeah.
They're like the Kingsmen of concierges.
Yeah.
So these dudes eventually, they get back to the hotel, and man, they know the painting is gone now. And
because when they get there,
because so Dmitri and Joplin, they kill the lawyer, and then they kill Homeboy's sister.
Yeah. It's like the main butler. Who had accused Gustav to begin with, who actually took him to the will reading to begin with at the house.
He was like the key witness.
Yeah, he was a key witness.
But he fled.
Yes,
because he felt bad.
because he knew he was lying.
Yeah.
Or he knew what he was saying wasn't the truth. He was an honest guy.
They wanted him to say what they wanted him to say,
And he
so
didn't
they
want
could
to.
get Gustav and get the painting. And he's like, no.
And dude, when they set that up, that 7 style scene,
Mm-hmm.
it's you're made to think it's Agatha.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, it's just the dude's sister.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible to say that,
Mhm.
but you didn't really know. The one with the club foot?
Yeah, one with the club foot.
Yeah.
That's
But that shows that Gustav knew Sergey's sister.
Yeah, he knew who she was.
Yeah, so it's like, as funny as that is, it's like he even cared about his friends.
Yeah, he's like, damn. Yeah, I was like, damn, she essentially died because of me.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's like, it's another one of those, like we were saying, all of his other things, this like found family.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's about.
All his family's found in this movie. He don't have no families.
No.
You know, Agatha, like
Gustav does
concierge, you know?
Yeah.
It's like he ain't got no family.
Yeah.
It's like to have a job like that where you live on site and shit, you can't really have a family like that.
Yeah, because you're 24 hours a day. You're on call.
You're always working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if it's like, oh, it's my time off, you know, people are going to bother you for shit and you're going to have to go do shit sometimes.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So it's just like being at home because that's your home. It's like, well, if the stove breaks at your house, you're not just going to say, well, I'm off right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're gonna go fix it. So it is what it is.
In a lot of ways, it kind of means that this movie is like Wes Anderson's version of like Downton Abbey, because it shows like the other side, how that shows like what the servants do and
How
what they go
live.
through. Yeah, that's sort of what this is.
Yeah. And so they get back to the hotel and shit hits the fan because Dimitri's there and Agatha has the painting.
Yes.
And it's wrapped up in this brown paper bag. And they get on the elevator together and he knows.
Oh, because doesn't he rip it?
He rips it and he sees it and he was like,
nice painting.
Pretty picture.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, pretty picture.
Yep. And she don't really look at him, but she knows like shit. You know, like this motherfucker's like this dude, he looks evil, you know.
He does, yeah, very much so.
And they get off the elevator and a big chase ensues. And
gunfire. Owen Wilson back in a West movie. Yeah.
And Dimitri's shooting at dudes. Joplin's going crazy.
Yeah.
But Joplin ends up biting the big one.
He does.
Which he deserved because he's a dick.
Yeah, he was.
Even though I love Willem Dafoe, he's making this.
But that means he played the character well.
He always does. It's Willem, bro. Yeah. He's top.
I know.
Willem's top 30 all time. Like, I don't care what nobody says. He gets killed. What did he get kicked? He got kicked out a window or something?
I think so.
Yeah, I was like, he got kicked out the window. And it's funny. It's actually funny when he dies. But and they end up.
It wasn't when he was skiing, was it? Oh no, it was a cliff.
It was a cliff.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. And,
because Zero does it.
Yep, Zero does it. Yeah, because he was gonna kill fucking Gustav.
Yes.
So he got him. Because that was the whole thing. They wanted Gustav.
That whole skiing and they're on a sled.
Yeah, dude, that whole chase is so weird. It's like on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh my God, dude. Yes. So you've seen that film?
Yes, I have.
Dude, George Lazenby was great in that Bond movie.
He was.
Only
Bond. One-off, bro.
Yeah.
Like a good one-off, bro.
And one of the best Bond films.
The style of that film is great. I love the lodge and the resort, like the way it looked, bro.
Diana Rigg.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like that was like that was just shocking. I was like, it's probably gonna be shitty, but I was like, it's pretty good.
Was that who played Blofeld in that? Telly Savalas, right? Yes. My God.
Great.
Yeah, anyway.
That's a good one, yeah.
That is a great one.
But
yeah, you're right. It did remind me.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. And in fact, Bond in that film, when he's like that milquetoast kind of professor, kind of reminds me of M. Gustav. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
wow.
I look like Wes was probably watching that. He was like,
this is on His Majesty's Secret Service.
Mm-hmm. Just at least that aspect.
Yes, yeah.
You could tell there's a lot of different films you could tell he was influenced by when he was making this.
But those scenes and a little bit of Gustav's character, yeah.
So he dies, and how do they get Dimitri? Does he get arrested?
Well, what ends up happening is like...
No, he gets arrested, right?
He does, but it's like, I think he ends up like It's Agatha like falls out a window.
Yeah, she falls out the window,
and then
he's trying to.
And Zero goes after her,
Mhm.
and they're both hanging there. And she's like, "There's something on the back of the painting." And
Yeah, and that's the will.
into the Mendelstruck.
It's the new will.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's like confidential, only to be opened
only after my death, upon my death,
by murder.
By murder. Yeah.
Yes.
So. Because she knew her son was a piece of shit already. And she was like, I'd rather leave this to my gigolo lover than my own little piece of shit.
And not even her daughters.
Not even, because they probably are little spoiled shits.
Yeah.
Which is probably her fault.
Well,
but, but still, it's like, she knew, like, they're going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, Gustav she sees his work.
Yeah.
She sees how he operates. She's like, he might be a sex crazed man gigolo for cougars or supreme cougars.
Well, I'd call them saber-tooth tigers at that point.
Because they're long in the tooth.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Yeah, so they're long in the tooth. So, but she knows he handles business,
Yeah,
so I would feel far more comfortable.
And then you find out she was actually his boss.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yes.
So she's like, I firsthand know how well you work.
Yes.
And which that was a great twist too. I did love that twist. So Agatha does save the day in finding that, and then Dimitri, it's like, Dimitri, you're fucked now, bro.
Yeah.
People, cops have seen you shooting guns at people.
Yeah.
They know you're responsible for the deaths of the sister and the lawyer.
Kovacs.
Yeah, it's like, and Kovacs was smart. You ain't gonna get away with killing a lawyer that's smart.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna, like, no way.
And Jeff Goldblum was perfect.
Great in that. He was great.
He was so Jeff Goldblum, but still not.
Still not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like,
weird.
That's the best era Jeff Goldblum, in my opinion. Like, between like 2005 and like honestly now still. Like,
so from like Life Aquatic till now.
Yeah.
Because Life Aquatic.
Wesley brings a different side of Jeff out. Jeff just plays himself.
Yeah, because you had like Jurassic Park and then like Independence Day era. Jeff Goldblum,
which was like, I'm a smooth, foxy, like,
and he was in great shape then too. He was
tall, handsome, dude,
and like totally like jacked.
I know a lot of chicks who were back in the day were like, yo, Jeff Goldblum was fine.
I
know a lot of chicks
really.
A lot of chicks liked him. I mean, he was handsome, dude.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Even in The Fly, it's like, he was tall, jacked,
he was
confident, dude.
He was like thinner in The Fly, though. He was more sinewy.
Yeah, but
he had to be.
That was, and of course, he had to get in shape for fucking Independence Day.
Oh, yeah.
He's
with Will Smith.
Yeah, I was like, I can't be out with Will Smith.
Look, if it was just like Judd Hirsch and Harvey Weinstein, I'd be okay. And Randy Quaid, I'd be all right. I'd be all right. I would be okay.
Totally good.
Because, Harvey Weinstein would just be like, oh, David. Oh, David, you're in such good shape. All right.
That's fucking hilarious. So Gustav now has all the power.
Yes.
He got
everything.
He got everything. The hotel, Boy with Apple, everything.
And he turned into the women he would pleasure.
Yep. He turned into them.
And he was
totally
blonde.
Fine. Yep, and he was blonde. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But of course, his only family really is Zero.
Yeah.
So Zero is his main heir to all his fortunes. And Gustav, unfortunately, dies.
He does. And they never...
It's off-screen death.
Yeah, it's off-screen, but the way that F. Murray Abraham, like, says it, and I'm sure it'll be in quotes, so I'm not going to say it, but, like, the way that he says it, that's why Felicia won't watch the movie with me. Because of how emotional he is without even being emotional. Like, the way that he says it, and then it because you see that scene with like Zero right after Gustav marries Zero and Agatha.
Yeah.
And they're on the train. It's another train scene, and it's like a death squad instead of just
these guys are crazy. But Ed Norton's got their back.
Yeah, he did.
Totally forgot about Ed. This is actually one of his. He's not, for whatever reason. Wes Anderson's like, Ed Norton, you're always a dick. You're not going to be a dick in my movie. He's great in Grand Budapest, and he's great in Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, he is, yeah.
And he's even good in like Asteroid City and shit too. So,
and wait, is he a dick in Fight Club? Well, I guess kind of.
No.
Well, we can't really talk about it.
Yeah, we can't. We're not allowed to discuss that. I can't believe you said the name.
I'm sorry.
You're good. He's not a dick in that though. He's mentally ill.
Yeah,
like,
maybe,
mentally unstable.
Yeah.
So he's great in there, but that scene is good too, and it really, really shows you how Gustav, like, he already was progressive in his thinking.
Yeah,
now he's like, this is my family. Fuck all of you.
Yeah,
I ain't taking none of this shit. And
that's,
they don't have to
yeah,
because of who the reputation Gustav's built up in the last however long this takes place.
yeah,
And it kind of just shows you the growth and, it's almost like fake it till you make it.
yeah.
And he made it.
He did.
He finally did. And,
yeah.
But he played his role well in life and knew exactly what he had to do. And I think he knew, like, in the end,
he actually died an honorable death.
He did.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Gustav was a good dude. And unfortunately, Agatha dies.
Yeah.
From whatever the disease was, it's totally easy to cure in the
stage,
which makes you feel even worse about it.
Yeah, it almost sounded like, I forget, he did say it, but it's like, you know how, like, consumption, people used to die of consumption.
Yeah.
And that was just like a cough.
Yeah.
That they couldn't treat. It was something like that. Her and his, like, 2-year-old baby or something
and
died. And it's like, and that's why he keeps the hotel.
Yep.
He doesn't keep it for M. Gustav. He keeps it because of all the good memories he had with Agatha after Gustav passed.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's kind of just alone all the time. He's like, I have my family, I have my girl, and that was that. Like, I ain't moving on. Because, there's people like that, dude. Like,
and speaking of lighting, like when you said how he lit her face in that one scene, when F. Murray Abraham is talking to Jude Law about Agatha, and he, like, stops talking, and the lights go down in the room.
That shit was lit,
and
bro.
then, oh my god,
yeah, he was,
and it shows like the tears just running down his.
I was like, damn, yeah, that shit'll get you, bro. That's like, as funny as this movie is, it does jar you a little.
It gets you in the feels.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like, because this movie is definitely a comedy. Because I was cracking up watching this shit.
But it's almost like The Princess Bride in the fact that it's like, it's comedy, it's tragedy, it's drama. It has everything.
And that's the beauty of a lot of period pieces if they're done well.
Yes.
And Princess Bride is a good period piece.
And this movie takes place over like 4 different time periods.
Yeah.
Because we don't know when that girl is visiting the grave.
Yeah, we have no idea.
But we know like 85 is the Tom Wilkinson parts.
Yeah, because like,
stop it.
That's got to be at least like the 90s, I would think, when the girl's visiting the grave. It felt much more modern.
It did. Because his said 85. We know that Jude Law's was in the 60s.
Yeah.
And the main story takes place from 32
the 30s to the, like, what?
Probably the early 40s, I would say.
Yeah, I was like,
because they're definitely Nazis, even though they're not Nazis. You know what I mean? Definitely.
I was like, he's definitely Nazis. He just he's like, I won't pull a Spielberg.
Yeah. What's that F stand for? Fritz or Franz?
France.
Yeah. I knew it.
Quotes too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the film, and it's like
it's just an emotional story about how one person can make a difference in someone's life. In so many
people's lives.
Yeah,
I'm like,
those guys escaped prison. Who knows what? Because it turned into Escape from Alcatraz.
Yes, it did.
At one point.
Yes, it did. Yeah, the way they get out and shit.
Yeah.
And, somebody's got to get left behind. And great film. I love that film. My man Clint.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a magical film.
Was Fred Ward in that, too?
I think so.
Yeah, Fred Ward was a good actor.
He was good.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
But
it's because of the Prison Break. I got sidetracked.
Yeah, but, I love Prison Break movies, dude. But this film is it's magical in almost every way you can want a film to be magical.
And your miniatures.
The miniatures are fucking crazy in this, dude.
Yeah.
Wesley was just, I don't know what drugs he took when he came up with all this, but he was on his shit. His creative juices were just oozing out of him, dude. It was like, man.
It said at the end that it was inspired by the writings of some guy that lived from like the 1800s to the early 1900s.
I'm sure it's not nearly
it's probably not as this. Yeah, it's probably not. Did you watch the entire credits? Because there's a part in the credits where there's like a little animated guy dancing to whatever music is playing. It's crazy.
Something his brother made.
I'd never seen the entire credits before.
I don't think I did, man.
I watched it today and I was like, I can't believe 10 and a half years and I haven't seen this.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
So, MVP.
Wes Anderson.
I said
and Gustav.
I said Wes and Ray.
Yeah.
I was like,
because like if you think about Wes, like all the detail, and those different cameras, like who the fuck would think of that?
Everything.
I
feel like this was all him.
Yeah. especially since the story was him and someone else. But since he wrote it,
credit, dude.
Yeah,
that's a tough man. No Roman, no Owen, no
Baumbach.
Yeah, no Baumbach. Just all me. I think he wanted to prove like I don't need help. To make this shit, dude.
Yeah, because every other film before that was a collaboration. Yeah,
he's like, I don't need no fucking help, bro. This is my shit. It's my vision, my mind. And I think he could say he's not vain like that, but we know he is. Anyone who makes movies is vain. So.
Yeah, especially when you get to a certain level where like you have to keep topping yourself because everything you do
is fire as hell.
Yeah, like even after rewatching Life Aquatic, I'm like, this is better in a lot of ways than Royal Tenenbaums. Not necessarily because of the subject matter, but because of his style is getting more.
Yeah, I think Life Aquatic was like Royal showed us what was gonna come.
Yeah, what was possible.
And Life Aquatic was like, okay, this motherfucker is testing some shit. And I think by Moonrise Kingdom, style was just like alive.
Yeah, because after that you had Darjeeling and Mr. Fox and
Mr. Fox, and then like of course the style is there, Mr. Fox, but it's an animated movie, so it's a little different. Yeah, and then Darjeeling had style, but they're on a train a lot, so it's like
it's difficult.
There's only so much style you can give to a train. Yeah. But Moonrise had a lot of flavor, especially with the music and everything too.
Yeah.
Peak season. The same as my MVPs.
Really?
This is Wes's peak season for sure.
No,
it's his highest grossing film. He got
Yeah, I know it was really popular.
Yeah, it made 174 million.
Wow.
That's definitely
for him.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
like, his movies gross around the 40-50 range. You know?
Yeah,
that's a lot. Oscar nom best screenplay and director.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure Ray Fiennes got a best actor nom. He should have fucking probably won.
Yeah, if he didn't
won that year. Was it Daniel Day-Lewis? No. Who won? I gotta see.
If he's gonna lose to anyone, it better be.
It better be Daniel Day. I gotta see. I gotta see.
Because this film and even once again the music.
Mm-hmm. That's what really I'm pretty sure it won for score, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Grand Budapest. The film was nominated for 9 awards at the 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, winning 4, and received numerous other accolades. I want to see what fucking...
Yeah, what did it win, and what was it up for?
Accolades.
Because accolades could be like, good job, buddy.
Good job, feller.
Yeah. Just pat you in the back.
Yeah, you did a good job with this film.
Yeah, attaboy. You get an attaboy.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography.
Oh, yeah.
Best Costume Design, that won. Best Film Editing, that was good editing too.
Yeah.
Best Hairstyle Makeup, that won. Best Score, that won. Best Production Design, that also won.
Wow.
Yeah, wait, dude, did Ray Fiennes not get a fucking...
I can't believe that.
That is like...
That is insane.
That might be a sin.
Because of how amazing he was.
Bro, that movie's not as good without him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That doesn't
the Academy should be slapped in the fucking face for that. Now I gotta know who was up for that. Because I'm like...
Because that year...
Who the fuck
that
was up?
That would have been, what, 2015, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been... What? That's one of the... That's a steal. What won Best Picture that year? Birdman. I was Birdman, but I would still take Grand Budapest over that as far as a Best Picture win.
That's right. So, Birdman did come out 10 years ago.
Yeah, and
another Ed Norton.
And he was hot that year. Iñárritu won Best Director, and they won Best Picture. Okay, Julian won Best Actor. Eddie Redmayne won Best Actor.
Oh, was that for the where he was Stephen Hawking?
Yeah,
and Julianne Moore. That would have been that. I'm still Alice.
Yeah, she was fucking great in that film.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin was pretty good too, but he was a little more aloof in his acting. And
Steve Carell got nominated for Foxcatcher.
Oh wow!
And that movie sucks.
So why would they nominate him and not Ray Fiennes?
That's what I'm saying. They could have definitely swapped out Steve Carell for Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bradley Cooper got nominated for American Sniper. Still not as good as Ray Fiennes. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Imitation Game. He was really good in that. Michael Keaton Birdman. He was really good in that.
Yeah.
But we definitely could have swapped. Whatever. I still ain't seen the Stephen Hawking movie, so I can't really say
I haven't either.
I can't say anything. But he should have got a nom. Ray should have got a nom. Crazy.
Yeah. I believe he should have won as well. Thank you, Stephen Hawking. Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Best quote. So I'm gonna just run
Okay.
mine and you fill in the blanks.
All right,
after.
hold on. I got to get to my quotes here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He struck one as being quite lazy yet accommodating. I don't think he got paid much.
Oh yeah. I was just thinking of him putting out the cigarette and sticking it in his pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you come to buy the Grand Budapest? I didn't.
Yeah.
Come with me to fucking Lutz?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. And the cursing in this film.
The cursing in this film is crazy.
Yeah.
What have you done to your fingernails?
Oh yeah. I'm physically repulsed.
She was shaking like a shitting dog.
Yeah.
Why blonde? Because they all were.
Yeah.
The most dreadful and unattractive person needs to be loved, and they'll open up like a flower.
Yes.
I was like, man, that's honestly probably the truest shit.
That's that quote. Believe it or not, the first part of it is rudeness is merely an expression of fear. That's what it is.
Yes.
People fear they won't get what they want. The most dreadful and unattractive person only needs to be loved. They will open up like a flower. You're right.
That's what I was like. I gave some condensed versions.
Yeah. That's that quote I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
She was dynamite in the sack, by the way. She was 84.
Wow.
Now, I mean, I guess an 84-year-old can move. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the F stand for? Fritz? France.
Yeah.
You look better than you have for years. You look alive.
Oh my God. Yeah. And she's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you changed your nails.
Yeah, we changed your nails. I love it. Much better. When destiny of a great fortune is at stake, men's greed spreads like a poison in the bloodstream.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a quote right there.
Yeah.
That's the truest shit ever, man. Who's Gustav H? That fucking faggot. He's a concierge.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. There's a quote.
Yeah. Because they say, who's Gustav H? And he's like, that's me, darling.
He said, I go to bed with all my friends.
Yeah. When he gets punched in the face.
Punched in the face, yeah.
And then Zero punches
Dimitri. And then Joplin.
Yeah, punches Zero. Yeah. Man.
Where's Celine? What? She's dead. We're reading her will.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't have me crack it up. Yeah. I was like, this guy's senile as shit. I thought I was supposed to be a fucking faggot. You are, but you're bisexual.
Yeah.
Like Adrian Brody was fucking great.
Yeah, because he's like, if I find out, do you ever laid a hand on my mother alive or dead?
Or dead, yeah. I thought I was a fucking faggot. You are, but you're bisexual. When you find yourself in a place like this, you can't be a candy ass.
Oh yeah. When it's talking about prison.
When it's talking about jail, yes.
Yeah. if there's one thing we've learned from Penny Dreadfuls.
Yes, we learned from Penny Dreadfuls. That's right. Yeah. You're one of us now. What a lovely thing to say.
Yeah.
Never be jealous in this life, Zero. Is he flirting with you? Yes. I'm like, did he just throw my cat out the window?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I totally forgot he did that.
Yeah.
And I watched it like, Jesus, that was a pretty cat.
Yeah. Contents, one Persian cat.
Yeah, one Persian
deceased.
Cat. You forgot about the lair de panache? I don't believe it. How could you?
Oh, yeah, that's when
he starts snapping off.
Yeah.
I guess this is to be expected in Where Do You Come From Again?
Oh, my God.
That's when he starts like...
Yes. He's such an asshole.
He starts going off. It's like, I just picked out a couple of little quotes from this scene.
Yeah.
I left because of war. What a bloody idiot I am. A selfish fool.
Yeah.
He was short 4 fingers. What do you know about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The way they did the homie, that was fucked up. Here's your tickets. 3rd class, it was overbooked.
Yeah.
3rd class. Like, is that a thing? I'm like, 3rd class. I guess that was a thing back in the day. Talk to the club-footed sister again, and this time be persuasive.
Yeah.
He says she's flat as a board, birthmark on her face shaped like Mexico.
Yeah, talking about Agatha.
Yeah, I'm talking about Agatha.
Oh my God.
are you Mr. Gustav of the Yes, damn it?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause and he's like, huh? Yeah, by like, what was that, like the fourth
It was like
time?
the fourth time. That
Yeah.
shit, yo, I saw.
And they're in a church or a monastery.
Yes, they're in the and it's like going on.
Yeah,
they
that's
got,
what makes it great.
That's what's so funny.
Yes,
bro.
damn it.
Yes, damn it.
Confess. I'm innocent.
I'm innocent.
No.
Then pretty picture when Adrian
Oh,
says it to her in the elevator. And he said, I find these black uniforms very drab.
Yeah.
He's talking about the guys.
Yeah.
We know who they are.
Yes.
In the end, they shot him. So it all went to me.
Yeah.
And that was all my quotes. You can fill in the rest. I'm sure you got some more.
I'll just do a few.
All right.
This is right after they meet Henkels on the train.
Henkels.
You see, Ed Norton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there are still faint glimmers of civilization left in this barbaric slaughterhouse that was once known as humanity. Indeed, that's what we provide in our own modest, humble, insignificant. Oh fuck it!
Oh fuck it! Oh fuck it! That shit was funny. Yes.
Yeah. Let me see. Keep your hands off my lobby boy.
Keep your hands.
But, I mean, that's a great
quote. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. And then this is Mustafa when he's talking about Gustav. There are still faint glimmers of civilization left in this barbaric slaughterhouse that was once known as humanity. He was one of them.
He was one of them, yeah.
What more is there to say? Because that goes with like your last quote there.
I was like, that was good.
Yeah, because when you realize that, like, you realize that he really cared about Zero. Me and the boys talked it over. We think you're a really straight fellow. Well, I've never been accused of that before. I appreciate the sentiment.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I laughed at that one hard.
Yeah. The young writer. Is it simply your last connection to that banished world, his world, if you will? His world? No, I don't think so. You see, we shared a vocation. It wouldn't have been necessary. No, I keep the hotel for Agatha. Oh, it is Agatha. God, I was an idiot.
Yeah, bro.
We were happy here for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank, I think his world had vanished long before he ever entered it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say he certainly sustained the illusion with a marvelous grace.
Mm.
Like he really loved M. Gustav.
He did.
And what he represented. It's sort of like, in a way, I'll just end the quotes there because I could probably go through a ton more because that whole film is quotable.
Mm-hmm.
It now reminds me of, did you ever read or see Don Quixote?
Yes.
So it reminds me of Don Quixote in a way.
Sancho.
Because he's
he's Gustav and Sancho is a lobby boy.
Yeah, because Don Quixote was delusional enough to think that like
he's this fucking figure.
Yeah, of something that doesn't exist anymore.
And Sancho just goes along with it.
Yeah. This is really a Don Quixote movie.
Yo, damn. I guess like we said, Wes absolutely had a lot of influence. Yeah, I would have never.
And the Grand Budapest is a windmill. It's chasing windmills.
Chasing the windmill. Yeah. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry. Wow. See, that's why we talk about it.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. I love Don Quixote. I never saw any adaptations of it. I read it.
Dude.
When I was in some English class I took. And it was incredible.
Terry Gilliam did a funny, interesting one with Adam Driver. And Sancho. And I don't know who the old guy is playing Don Quixote, but it's weird, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Terry Gilliam's amazing.
No, he's great. So what's age the best? I said the writing and the acting.
Honestly, yeah, and in that, like, everything, because then you have, like, the set design.
Set designs.
You have
everything.
Because, look, you look at it now, and it's like Tom Wilkinson is gone.
Yep.
Right? But you look at him here, and you're like, God, he was good, for, like, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
When he's yelling at that little kid.
At the kid,
Yeah. Stop it. Yeah. And then the kid comes up. I'm sorry. He's like, that's okay.
He just out recently, right?
Yeah, like last year, maybe.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
I remember that. Because I'm pretty sure you told me, dude.
Oh, yeah, I did. Right. As soon as I found out about it.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
And look, he was in one of your favorites, Batman Begins.
Batman Begins, yes, sir.
He played, was he Maroni?
Yeah.
Always
a dick.
Yeah.
Always a dick.
Did you ever see the movie Belle? About the part a brown woman who was like part of British royalty in like the late 1700s, early
This is
1800s.
a period piece.
It is a period piece.
No, I have not seen.
He plays one of the judges. She lives in his house and stuff because his nephew ends up dying. It was her dad. And he plays one of the judges that is deciding whether or not England should continue slavery or not in the early 1800s. He's actually incredible in it.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
So what's age the worst? I said some homophobic slurs, racism.
but see, when it takes place, the film takes place in 32, though.
Time, of course.
Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't age well if it was like 2024.
Yeah.
But it's like, because all that stuff is like in the 30s, it makes sense.
Yeah, of course, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, in the context of the story, it hasn't aged well,
Yeah.
Most rewatchable scenes? I said the first train ride to Lutz.
Yeah.
The Will reading.
Yeah.
The prison break.
The skiing.
Yep, the skiing. When they kill Kovacs.
Yeah.
The rendezvous mission. When the Surge tells all the plans.
Yeah, right before the skiing scene.
When Zero kills Joplin.
Yeah.
When they find the hidden will.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole ending scene too. Just how they close it out and tell you everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that kind of covers the whole film, basically.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think the best scene, though, is still, like, the Will reading. It's so funny.
It's incredible.
Like, it's so good. And just the way it's all set up, that whole design was sick. Best characters. Gustav, Zero, Agatha.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, like, you could throw in some other good characters, but, like, they're not, but they're kind of side.
Yeah, because they're really the main characters.
Yeah, one of the main guys.
And even Zero as, like, F. Murray Abraham, like, the old Zero.
Yeah.
Is because he's just as important.
Yeah, he's great. Story. That's what I'm like, but you see him for 5 minutes total, probably,
Yeah.
So, worst characters.
Obviously, Dimitri,
Joplin.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Yeah, and in a way,
Nazis maybe.
And in a way, Serge, because he kind of.
Oh yeah.
If he wouldn't have agreed to, unless he was set up, and that's why he left.
They probably were like, "Yo, we'll fuck you up."
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
They're the two worst though, for sure. They're the villains of the story.
Yes, they are. Yeah, definitely.
We already went over nitpicks.
Yeah.
Recasting Couch. Okay, so we've been.
Yeah,
this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. All right, so who's you have for Gustav?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh my god, he wins.
Yeah,
I don't even know how I didn't think about him.
Yeah,
all right, he wins. Who I have is him.
I only thought of him because of Cora last week talking about it. I was like, oh, he'd be perfect.
So that's who wins. I had Colin Firth, but Cumberbatch wins.
Yeah. Because Colin Firth might be a little too old right now.
That was my main thing. I was like, he might be a touch too old. Cumberbatch would be perfect. Damn, he'd be good.
Yeah, he'd be really incredible, right?
He'd be really good.
Yeah.
Zero, but I don't know. Dude, who'd you have?
I put and I know this is going to sound crazy because this dude is like in his 30s now, but he still looks young. I was like, maybe Daniel Radcliffe.
He's got to be ethnic, bro.
I know. Or I was thinking the kid from Jojo Rabbit, believe it or not. Because he's got to be a little older now.
He's probably older now. But
yeah. But because I couldn't think of anyone really.
Somebody tan that can play it. Al Pacino played a fucking Cuban.
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy because I was racking my brain.
I'm just like, I don't know any Indian young actors.
Yeah.
Every Indian actor I know is older.
But I guess he doesn't necessarily have to be Indian, though, either.
Yeah, or just fucking from that part of the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was just a tough one. We might have to find a guy,
Yeah.
Because off the streets.
Yeah, because it was Tony Revolori's first film.
Yeah, so he found a guy.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to find a guy. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But he's got to be ethnic looking, bro.
Yeah.
It's important to the role.
It is, because how else would he, I couldn't think of it, and that's terrible.
I don't like my Joplin. You probably have a better one. Who you got for Joplin?
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones? What's he in?
Did you ever see Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
Oh, yeah.
He's like the big guy.
Oh,
Lock, Stock, and Two
God,
Smoking
he's
Barrels.
great.
Yeah.
He's in like Gone in 60 Seconds and shit.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good.
He was Juggernaut in X3.
Yes, he's great.
Yeah.
Big, strong, silent type
because
motherfucker.
in a way he's like the antithesis of Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, he is.
But like because Willem Dafoe is like tough without being like
huge.
Yeah,
he is tall.
But Vinny Jones, I think, would be more menacing.
Big, dude. I'm like, he's
because
fucking
he used to
big.
be a
was he a
soccer
wrestler
player
or something? Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because he's always spouting off about
Yeah.
the Manchester United and all his movies.
There's
like,
a
he's
famous
in Euro Trip screaming about it.
There's a famous picture of him like grabbing some other guy by the junk when they were playing soccer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I like that. I had Josh Brolin.
He would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be fun. He plays a enforcer type.
Yeah.
But I like Vinny Jones. That's perfect. And he's British. So
yeah,
that'll work. Who'd you have for Dimitri?
Believe it or not, my old standard Pete Davidson.
Oh,
believe it or not.
He's so gross.
But you know what?
He could play him.
Honestly, maybe Sam Rockwell would be really good.
Sam Rockwell would be good, but I feel like I was going for someone younger because I'm thinking like someone Adrian Brody's age in that movie.
Yeah, but the character's supposed to be a little older because his mom was 84.
Yeah.
So
she pushed him out.
Yeah, so he'd have to be at least like late 30s, early 40s.
I had Austin Butler because I was just thinking younger.
You know what? He would be really good.
He would. I just watched The Bike Riders. He was really good in that.
Yeah. That's with Tom Hardy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hardy would be a great job
in that movie. I was thinking that too. I actually thought about it. Like, he just might be too short.
But look at Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe's got to be like 6 foot, dude.
Is he? I thought he was about Tobey Maguire's height.
No. Let's see how tall.
Because remember, he was Green Goblin.
Yeah.
So
he could be short. Who knows? Damn, he's 69.
Wow.
Damn. Oh, no, he's only 5'8". I thought he was taller than that. All right, you're right.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy could play him then.
Yeah.
Shit, now Vinny Jones is seeming huge.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, maybe Tom Hardy would be a better choice.
Tom Hardy would be good.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. And he can play British.
Yeah.
You've seen Inception?
Yes. And he is British.
He is. Oh, yeah, he is.
He
I always
is.
forget that.
he can play British.
He's always playing Americans. He's typically, when he uses real accent, you're like, oh, that's your real voice.
Yeah.
That's weird. So, yeah, that's good. For Dimitri, I thought about Miles Teller, too.
You know what? No, Miles Teller would be perfect.
He would.
Especially with the mustache from Top Gun. Yes.
And he can play a dick. He's played it pretty well a few times.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Austin Butler, Miles Teller. Agatha, I felt like there was only one choice for me at least.
But
who did you have?
Believe it or not, I couldn't think of any. I'm like, Emma Watson still looks young.
She is still young.
That's all I was thinking.
I went with Ian Taylor.
You know what? She would be perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
I just felt like she's like the B side of Saoirse Ronan, kind of.
Yeah.
Both do period pieces a lot. Both tiny little milk skin blonde white women.
Yeah.
So I love her. Director, who'd you have? So this new category, guys.
New category.
We're adding in a director recast because that's super fun.
Yeah, because
this was Jamie's idea and I liked it.
Because I was like, if we're recasting it, we should have a different director.
Change the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. Taika Waititi.
He would be good.
Is the only director I could think of that could pull off a Wes Anderson type of film. Yeah.
I went with somebody weird. Someone old, but someone still working more hard.
Clint Eastwood.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Because he's weird. I think he'd pull off the weirdness well.
No, that could work because he's done like Dumbo.
He's done
Big Fish.
Big Fish
was incredible.
Big Eyes.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's done some films like this.
I mean, I know he's coming out with Beetlejuice now, and he directed a couple episodes of Wednesday and everything.
I think that's his concept, though.
Yeah, like that's more like his.
That's his
like
type
earlier.
Of shit. Yeah. But he's branched out.
Yeah, he has. Look, Mars Attacks.
Look at Ed Wood, like
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. That's like, dude, Batman, dog.
Yeah,
like,
of course, Batman.
Tim Burton can do a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, although I don't love that movie, it's still stylistic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just went with Timmy B.
Wow. That's a tough one
That
now
is tough.
because I do. Yeah, probably Tim
Taika's
Burton.
good though.
Yeah, but Tim Burton would probably be better for that cast.
I think so.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah,
Unanswerable questions? I had none.
yeah.
They answer everything. They
Yeah.
tell you what happens to everyone.
And it's just kind of like now I want to read that book.
Yeah. It's like, I'll check out the story.
Yeah.
Prop you want from the movie?
God, I probably any of the miniatures, really.
Yeah, all right, any of them. But
Yeah, or like the Lobby Boy costume.
I was literally, so I have obviously Boy with Apple.
Oh my God, Boy with Apple,
Boy with Apple or the Lobby Boy costume. That's
dude.
what I said.
I want to hang Boy with Apple in the library downstairs.
Right, that'd be lit, dude. That'd be so lit.
Yeah.
If you had that above the fireplace. Dude.
Yeah,
that'd be wild. That's what I was like. That was
because people who know would know.
They would know. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit." I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd you get that? You have to get a security system in here, bro.
Well, you can buy prints of it though.
Oh yeah,
so you can just get a print and get a nice frame for it.
I want the real one. I want to steal it.
Maybe you could print it up on like canvas,
yeah,
so it looks
so it looks nicer.
Yeah,
find someone who's great who could replicate it and actually paint one. That'd be cool.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, there's probably some people out there. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure the prop from the film is like astronomical now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably in Wes's house.
Yeah,
he's probably like, "Y'all ain't getting this from me, fella." So I mean, let's grade it. Is this an obvious?
Yeah, A+. We said at the beginning.
No questions
asked.
Yeah. I wouldn't change. Like I said, I have the one little small nitpick, and it's just me wanting more.
Yeah,
because it's so good. So I don't think that really counts as something. It's a masterpiece, bro.
Yeah.
This is Wesley's magnum. This is, if he died right now, this would be the film everyone will remember him for. If you ain't seen one Wes movie, you've probably seen this one.
Yeah.
Maybe Road to Tenenbaums. I feel like a lot of people randomly seen that.
Yeah, because that's the one that people first like realized that he
guy?
was. Yeah, because like no one really saw Bottle Rocket.
No one saw Bottle Rocket.
And like Rushmore was great, and I loved it. But I remember I was super excited when Tenenbaums came out because I loved Rushmore and Bottle Rocket. But that was like a small group of people.
Yeah, very niche.
Yeah,
Budapest. He had a lot of weight to his name by then.
Yeah.
So next time, you probably gotta think about that.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll think about that, guys. Don't get excited, but you should be proud of us because we finished another series.
Yay!
And we did it again, yo. We've been doing good. So we'll be back with we'll just surprise you. Just be looking out. So
it'll be a surprise to us too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm Dom.
I am Jamie.
It's the Cutter Room Floor.